And we're live. How's everybody doing out there? I'm John, GeoGeorge John. I'm out here streaming, trying to set this whole thing up. Let's make sure everything's working first. Let's pop out my chat. Let's pop that bad boy out. Pop. There we go. Let's make sure that's working. There we go. Anyone out there? Okay. Well, while we wait for people to start showing up, let's move some stuff around here. Someone's watching out there. We'll start the actual broadcast when people start chatting in the comments. Go ahead and say hello in the comments. That way we can actually have a good conversation. Maybe we'll start doing this on Google Hangouts. Just want to get as many people involved as possible. Okay. Let me set up a scene here where we can. Hey Dave, how are you? And David, if since you're the first one, we're going to go ahead and release the first. There should be sound. I can hear it myself. I can hear my own live broadcast, so it's working from my side. While we're getting ramped up here, I'm going to go ahead and edit the competition for the Tron XY-X1 3D printer. And I'm going to, let me mute it because I can hear my own self. Okay, I'm going to mute it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to update my contest so that we can have another entry competition. So just like last time, we're going to have 3 code words throughout this broadcast just so we can screen out the spammers. So we're going to answer a question. Where you at? Answer a question. I wish I could hear you guys through this thing too. Questions. Answer a question. Oh. Okay, never mind. Gleam has changed some settings, so no worries. I'm sure the people that have already entered through the last time I did this. Gleam changed the settings. Now I can't go back and do anything. Okay, let's see the pop-out chat. Hey, NJ Printing. Got some pretty normal people here, some regulars. You guys should be looking at the ANET A8 right now. But, you know, today's going to be more of just like a discussion. I want to like see what's going on with your guys' channel. What's going on with you. Yeah, I think I might start doing like Google Hangouts where we can do collabs. Let me see if I can pull up Google Hangouts. Anybody else out there on Google? I know it's not the most ideal solution for talking to people, but it does get the job done. We can go to Google Hangouts. Let's see. I'm going to find Hangouts. Where are you, Hangouts? Where's the Hangouts? Did I get rid of it? Yeah, I can't find a Hangout. Let's see. Man, my monitor is still screwing up. Anyway, let's go back to the broadcast. So let's do a face cam real quick. Let's switch to OBS. Hey guys, how's it going? GeoGeorge on here. So I think everyone's pretty much into the contest at this point, and you know I think it's that. I think it's time to go ahead and just close it out a little bit early because I think everyone that's joined is going to join, and 30 days seems like a long time. I think RC Lifeon had a good handle on 10 days was enough, but he's pretty big. So I just want to get a consensus through everybody out there. Do you think the contest has gone on long enough, and that you would like to, did anyone have an objection to actually setting it up so I close it out soon and then send it out by the mid-March because, you know, shipping and all that. No, NJ Printing, Google has a setting for Hangouts, and like it's like Skype call. Basically, you guys can all talk at the same time, and then it pops up the most important. Like the person that's talking the loudest actually gets the timeout on screen. But I'm still learning all this stuff, and you want to check some cool stuff out. Look at this. I got my I added a little drop there, and then when I start to have problems, so I'm actually learning every time I go out there and do some new stuff. And there's the desk with the ANET, which is actually coming along okay. I mean, the $130 printer, but you do what you got to do. Yeah, let's end it early. Let's get a few more opinions out there. Do you guys, I'm going to put it in the chat, should I end the contest early? Do you guys even see my screen cutting out, or is it just on my screen side? God, I tried changing the HDMI cable out. Did not. It just won't work. So I don't know if it's the cable or the power, but it seems like it blinks out every 10 to 20 seconds at this point. Can I add like a... I can't. I want to add a poll here. I want to know how those people do, like when someone subscribes while you're live streaming, like, oh, someone joined, give them a round of applause. Or, you know, the tip jar thing. Like, I'm not monetized, but I see people that are, you know, less subscribers than me, but they still have that feature built in. So let's switch over to the ANET 88, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the stuff I've changed. So go ahead and slide this up. One of the most important features that you have to add to an ANET 88 is a belt tensioner. This is the standard, you know, first version of a belt tensioner from Thingiverse, and it actually broke pretty much right away. The parts that go on the inside, and actually I still have some pieces left in there, so let me try to pull some of that out. It actually has like a fork that comes out the front, right through here and here, and you know, I'm trying to print all the upgrades themselves on this one machine so that it's a true rep wrap, but it actually broke while trying to install it. So I still made it work until I can get a better part printed. Hang on one second. But the pieces are still left inside. It leaves a lot to be desired, to be honest. But what do you expect from a $130 printer that I got out of a parking lot of Starbucks off of LetGo, an app that lets you buy stuff locally? Okay. What the heck? I'm so shaky. I've had lots of coffee to here today. So speaking of which, if you want to support the channel and you like the content I provide, or if you just want to hang out, a way to show me that support is in the link description for coffee. It's basically a PayPal or credit card transaction where you can actually help support the channel, show me that moral support. $3, $6 or $9 for a few cups of coffee, and that lets me know that I'm doing something right. Leave a little note there and what you like, and that way we can, you know, as we move forward, we can start to build relationships, and that's really what I want to do. So yeah, there's the piece of material that broke out over there. But since the piece broke out there, I had to hot glue just to keep it a little bit more stable. And for some reason, this rod is shorter than this rod, and there's no reason why that should be like that. So that's why this is sticking out much more than that. What I don't like is that they used Phillips head screws instead of sockets. Not sockets, but you know, Allen key, standard rep wrap issue keys. So it seems odd to me that why would you use those? I mean, they're fractions of a penny cheaper. So, you know, I'd rather use socket head cap screws. Let me see if I have any locally. So I'm just saying, like, use socket heads. They're better at gripping and stuff, and you don't have to worry about all that. So what I did get is a little drawer thing. I like to try to keep things tidy as possible. So what I got here, and this fills up a lot of, this actually takes the place of a lot of different stuff. So I think if you're going to build any rep wrap, you got to use these Allen keys, the socket head caps, because they're just easier. They're less likely to strip out. You can put more pressure, and it's just a better overall design. So that's another critique I have of this machine, is that it used Phillips head. My audio still working out there, guys? I wish I can get like real-time audio feedback on my headset. Let me see what we got. 3 people watching. I wonder if that includes me. Does that include me watching myself? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play with this while I think about something else to talk about. This is one of like those fidget things that like you can play around with. Mute that. So, yeah. So who NJ Printing? When you say you told everyone, who are you telling exactly? Are you going on Twitter? I like this thing. It's just like a little demo piece, and it's just hinged pieces basically. And then it's a fidget toy basically. But I think I made this on. What was this made on? The PrinterBot. I think I made this on PrinterBot so long ago. All right, something else that I've upgraded on the ANET, and I'm going to try to bring it down here. All right. Okay. Now I don't block anybody. You can do whatever you need to do. I'm not going to block anybody, Andy. Kai Shore. All right. Anyway, so of all the things, like I expected the bottoms of the Z nuts to be threaded because they are on other machines, but they use just hex nuts, and they're not threaded on the bottom, so you actually do need the nuts on the bottom. But on the bed, and I'm beating a dead horse here, the ANET has been around for a long time, and everyone's like tried to make it as good as they can, so I'm probably a year behind on this. But they actually thread the bed plate, the part that the trolley for the bed itself, they actually did thread it so that you couldn't just twist the nut and it would move down. You had to use a screwdriver, which goes into one of the reasons why I don't like using screws or Phillips head bolts, because when you're trying to screw it down and it doesn't want to go, it's going to strip out the bolt. So what I did is I just hand drilled out the actual part so that you can just use the wing nuts itself, because before I had to basically calibrate it every single time I would touch it. And here in San Diego, it got pretty cold over the last few days. I think like the lowest got was like 35 or something, and I like to leave the windows open. And both of my machines, for some reason, became so far out of calibration, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? And I think it has something to do with the Z motors, the couplings and the bed, and just overall there's just a few pieces of metal, and for some reason everything was just so far out of whack, and I got really tired of it. So I just drilled out each into the print bed, and now I can just use the wing nuts. I tried using the same wing nuts cap that I use on the Tron XY, and one second, I'm going to show you that. Over there, I use those. I tried to put it on here, and it actually did not work because it hits. Look how close it is. You can see how close. You can see how close that wing nut comes into the frame. So I decided against that. I had to take those back off, but I'm sure there's a solution out there. I just have to find it and print it. So that's done. So I've upgraded the X-axis belt tensioner and the bed a little bit. I tried to turn the bed counterclockwise like some people have done, because you need to build a drag chain that turns this out to the side, because this is already, when I got it, it was already burnt. Let me see if I can pull it off. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that what you want from your 3D printer, is burnt connections right off the bat? So I do have a plan to do that. I had to go get my soldering iron out of storage, but I will be doing that. Probably not live. I don't like setting fire to my house live, although, I don't know, got to get those views. So maybe I should do that right now. Probably wouldn't take that long, honestly. Let me know in the comments, should I solder this bed live? One of my most popular videos is me soldering something for the very first time on a Prusa Mark I bed and screwing it up so bad I burned myself, and there's solder on the ceiling, but that was fun. So I got to solder the wires to the bed, turn it counterclockwise, print out a drag chain that would go on the side here, and I'm still deciding on what color I should be complementing the black with. On the Tron XY X1, I'm going with red and black as its color scheme. I think it's nice to have a color scheme for each machine, just so that they kind of have their own little distinct personality. So I think I'm going to go with either orange and black or green and black, like the Lulz bots have. All right, on to the next upgrade. This thing is probably so far out of whack. Anyway, the next upgrade. Slide that bad boy over there. I got that badass fan installed, and this is what they call the spaceship model. And it's got the blower fan here, and then it blows down to two sides of the fan, or to the two sides of the nozzle. So that's been upgraded. It works really great. Let me show you some new prints. All right. This is an old display case I created out of 3 mirrors from IKEA. Look at all those benchies. Just hundreds of benchies. So this is the first one I did right here. It's the first print I made on the right out of the box, first G code ever. Did not upgrade anything at that point. And I can't remember which one was the second. I think this one was the second one. Second benchy. You can still see some artifacts there, some blobbing. Need some retraction. Hi Arduino Makers, how are you? We're talking about some of the upgrades I've made to the ANET A8 that I got pretty much at a yard sale for about half off. And this is the final one so far. I need to update some retraction settings. But I have made something kind of fun. Check this out. I made the Aria Dragon. It came out okay. I mean, I do want to tweak some things. There's some some retraction issues there. But there's some things with the layer adhesion. You can see the gaps there, and I'm not sure what is going on. I think that has something to do with the Z lead screws jumping a little bit. Maybe my steps are off, and it catches up to those areas, because it looks really good at the base, and then it drops off when you get to the thin layers, or is it thin areas. So I'm not sure. I'll have to play with the extruder settings. I'm going to go back to the basics. I forgot what it's like to have a rep wrap where it needs tons and tons of tuning. So I've been spoiled by the CR10, but this looks okay, and I'll try to keep upgrading it. I mean, compared to my first 3D printer, to get to this point, it probably took me like 9 months from building a rep wrap from scratch, from like Home Depot threaded rod, printed parts out of ABS, and online reprep.org, Instructable basically. So this is 9 months, of what it used to take, but now this is like bottom of the line, minimum acceptable standards for 3D printers. So I'll set that back up over there. I don't know what's going on. Oh, someone's checking their email. So yeah, make sure you preface that, Arduino Makers. I'm trying to make sure the live stream works. I'm still learning live streaming, so let's let's focus back on the bed. So anybody out there already have an ANET A8? Because I'd love to see what you have. I know somebody, another Marine out there has an ANET A8. But let's go over some of the other things I've upgraded or changed since the last live stream. The last live stream, I noticed that the Z couplers were improperly installed. They need to have a gap right here. They need to have a 7mm gap between the base and the bottom of the Z coupler. I fixed that, and it works just great now. I have 0 issues, and I don't hear anything going on in the Z axis, so it sounds pretty good. Other thing, I've just added a little dot of hot glue, because the screws that go on this barely even grab the plastic. So this X Z stop, or X what is it called? End stop was not it was wiggling around, and that's just not what you want. You want some rigidity in your frame like that. I already have some plans to upgrade the frame. Upgrade the frame with those the Hulk braces, so that it will, you can see, let's see. I don't know if you can tell, but it does wiggle. Let me see if I can show you there. So I will upgrade to the Hulk frame braces, and it will go down to here and it will lock in. I might actually even be printing new X arm parts straight from person that came out with a new design, and it should theoretically be compatible with this design. So I will be adding 3D printed real rep wrap style parts, because I think that would honestly be stronger than these injection molding ones, and we'll play around with that a little bit more. Let's see, what else have I done? Well, that's pretty much all the upgrades I've made, and it got me to this point here where I can make this little dragon, little teeny dragon. It looks okay. The strings make it look worse than it really does, but yeah, I see in the comments people are discussing what the question is. I do have that 3D printer contest for the Tron XY-X1, that machine right there. And I just want to know if you've entered, do you feel like the contest has gone on long enough? Should I end it now? Because I feel, you know, the benefit has dropped off for me, the interest has probably dropped off for many of you, and I want to get it out as soon as possible to the person that wins it. So please go ahead and put your final entries in. I probably will be ending it, let's say Monday or Sunday night at midnight. I'll just end the contest, and then Monday I will do a live stream selecting the winner. So don't miss it, and make sure that your information is in, because I will be ending the contest on Sunday at midnight. So hopefully a spammer doesn't get it, and someone I recognize as in my comments or as a regular to the channel will win. Okay, so how about we print something real quick, and then we can just, while it's printing, we can have a chat. So neither one of these machines actually have an on-off switch by themselves, so this is my solution. An independent power brick. I'm going to go ahead and unplug the ANET because it's loud as hell, and then you want to turn it on. So last time I did this, I was working on the ANET, and I ended up turning off this print mid-print, and I was like, God damn it. So let me grab my little tool kit. Where's my little toolkit? I'm going to pry off the parts here. But the Tron XY is giving out some pretty high quality parts. I'm very impressed with this machine. You know, maybe I should focus more of my time on upgrading this and increasing the volume of it, and trying to work out the issues with the bed not looking, it just doesn't look perpendicular to the Z, but it is. And I don't know what else I can do to it to make it better. And what I'm going to print right now is a key holder, because I have some loose keys. So it's like a Swiss Army knife thing for your keys. You put your, you bolt it together, and it holds your keys. So that's going to look real cool, and we'll go ahead and let that print. See how long that lasts up there. So that's going, and then I'll just go ahead and add my. Yeah, if you go back to my most famous video, I almost slice off a finger. So let me add a video image device. I'm about to go to face cam here, so 1 second. Video capture. Okay. You guys should be seeing me right now in the screen. Let me know if that's working for you. It does have a screen on it. It actually, it's off to the side. It's off to the side, just down below. Does the Tron XY have a heated bed? No, it is a PLA only, but there is space on the board to actually upgrade it, so you can do that. Ross USS Rover. John, how many bots did you catch? What bots? Oh, you mean bots for the contest? I'm not sure. Let me take a look at the Gleam contest, and I'll check it right now. Let's see. It looks like we had about 4,694 entries. That means every which way that they could, they entered. But I gave 100 points for the last week's live stream. So if you still haven't done that yet, and you haven't gotten 3 keywords to go back and do the live stream contest, go back and check that. And sorry, making sure the print starts right. Go back and check last week's live stream, get the 3 keywords, and enter it in the contest for 100 extra points, which should put you way beyond what any spammer can do. But let's see. So out of, it looks like about 150 users have entered the contest, and you know they've done up to 10 different ways to enter. But the #1 best way is to go back to last week's live stream and go find those 3 keywords and enter for 100 points. I go through manually and remove them. But you know, I did see about 100 people spike in my subscribers, which is cool. But what I really want is people to engage with me and the content and go back and find things that they didn't know about my channel and find something interesting and that really subscribe for a good reason. Now the way I threw this contest is through Gleam.io, and they have an audio. They have a paid program. Basically, for $10 a month, paid all at once for $100, you get other ways for them. Basically, you can make sure somebody is interested in your channel by watching a video or answering keyword questions and stuff like that. So I really don't want to spend money on a contest to give something away at this point. I'm not, you know, this is a hobby. So hopefully next time when I go to do this, I'll avoid those keywords like a contest or giveaway. I'll just say appreciation, and then my real viewers will know what I'm talking about, and then hopefully you'll share, and maybe I'll throw something in there for sharing with a friend. If you share the video or the link with a friend, you will actually get an entry there too. Let's see what else we got going on here. All right, looks like it's printing out pretty good. So let's talk about favorite YouTubers for not geocaching, but for 3D printing. Obviously, there's the big main ones out there, but like, who do you feel is underrated, and who do you feel is up and coming YouTuber, so that we can actually give them a shout out and see what they're up to? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, what's going on with my chair? It's sinking. Okay. So, while we're thinking about our favorite YouTubers, I've been looking heavily at that Mosaic Palette Plus, and it basically turns any 3D printer into a multi-color, multi-extrusion 3D printer with one filament. It just combines them, takes all 4 of them and puts them into one. So I'm very interested in that. And have you guys seen anything like that? Have you seen the Palette Plus out there? I want to hear from you guys. Oh no. My screen is so jacked up. It's just flashing green and static. I don't know what to do at this point. Pretty much every time I move my mouse, my screen goes black. This is fun. Ah, what the hell? I have a video short of 100 subs. You know, the 1,000 person, that's usually like the breakover point. You know, I feel like I'm starting over basically on YouTube. I had a lot of leftover subs from my Kickstarter campaign, and now I feel like it's, you know, I'm basically starting over. And so these last few hundred have meant a lot to me, because I gotta get to was it 4,000 hours in the last year, and I'm at like something like I don't know, 1,000 hours. Yeah, I checked all the cables. You know, it's just I swapped it out for a different cable, and it just didn't work with that other cable. I don't know. I'm dealing with it. We'll figure it out. Let's see. I really like Tom Salander. If you go back and from Tom's guide, you go back, his he looks like someone, like he was a North Korean hostage, and someone was making him make 3D printer videos. It's really funny, actually, because he's like, "Hi, I'm Tom, and I want to tell you about this." And in his newest videos, he's like, you know, excited and happy. So that gives me some hope that maybe my channel can grow, and I can actually get, you know, even better. So let's talk about this. I made the Masterspool. Can you guys see that? Sorry for the pauses. I'm sitting here waiting for my screen to come back while I'm waiting. But I made the Masterspool, and I made it on the CR10 at the library where I have my CR10 right now. But I made the Masterspool. It came out pretty good. One part took like 10 hours. The other one took like 6 hours. But it looks pretty decent. It looks fine. You'll use my I appreciate you using your machine to watch all my videos. Although I would appreciate the organic growth, that really a skewed view in 3D, yeah. But the Makerspool, I tried to put on a non-Masterspool version of it was just on zip ties onto this. It was a total mess. The filament wouldn't bend into the designated place. It just kept cracking, so obviously the filament's kind of old, and it's PLA. It tends to do that. So there's got to be a better way for that. And then I tried to just put it on and pull it off, but the way it was spooled, it wasn't going to stay on. Let's see. My library has a CR10. My local library has a CR10 because it's my CR10. I don't have the space here, and I just let them hang on to it so that they can look at it and just demonstrate pieces. And I go in there before work and I throw a part on to see how it works, you know, so they can watch it work, and then they actually let me use some of their filament because they have so much. And in return, what I'm doing is I'm teaching them basics. There's a bunch of librarians there tasked with, you know, teaching and using the 3D printers to educate. So I'm volunteering my time in education so that they can let me keep my extra 3D printers there. But it's really big, and I like to print while I'm at work. That'd be kind of cool. So might as well let them use the power. But I can't wait to. I tried asking Ultimachine about the Masterspool system. Yeah, they said they aren't supporting it yet, but they are looking into it. So we'll see how they actually do when they start supporting this. I would love to start making more getting more Masterspool, like in retail places. Like my local place at Fry's has a lot of 3D printer filament, and you know, it really does make a lot of sense that, you know, it might bring down the price of 3D printing spools if you can just buy the filament itself. But then you start thinking about storage. Are you going to use reusable zip ties or Velcro ties? When you say I don't need all this filament on here, I'm going to zip tie it up and then uncrank it, and then take it off and then put on a new one. So then you have a bunch of filament on unspooled but zip tied up inside a dry box. so that it can actually do its job. But it came out really good. There are some little bumps here from, you know, some Z extrusions, but it looks okay. So Masterspools, what do you guys think? Is it a go or no go? You know, Rich Trap has been around since I have, and he's been actually doing the scientific part of 3D printing, where he actually tries to make some better stuff. Let's see, David Better. I was walking through Barnes & Noble and I noticed this magazine. Have you guys seen this magazine, Hackspace? It obviously caught my eye because it just says 3D print. So, you know, I would love to see more, you know, mainstream people looking at like, oh, this is 3D printing. This is how you get into it. I'm really sad that there's not like a store in my I live in a pretty big town, and there's 0 places you can walk in and just look at a bunch of 3D printers working. So I want to see some more of those. Let's see. User Rover USS Rover says, suggestion: print out 2 truncated cones to fit the various size spools. I got you, bro. The kid I bought this from, hang on. Oh no, I'm gonna have to use a tool. The kid that I bought this printer from already did that, and I'm very impressed. And I should have made one of these myself. And I did use it to put the purple filament onto this spool. Underneath this spool of purple filament is a spool of gold filament. So I just literally taped it to the inside and then spooled it up. And I used the other spool holder from my Tron XY, which is a little bit different. It's the open spool system, so it just hangs, which I will be printing. I will create and do a modification to the Masterspool program. So if this is what you're talking about, yes, this works really great. I'm surprised I haven't thought about that yet. But yeah, it works really good. And there's one on the other side too. But underneath this purple filament is gold filament. And actually, I put the little spool here with all the screwed up filament on it, and then I spooled it onto this one so it would be nice and tight. And it works really decently. Slide that back on. And I probably make it a little bit tighter than I need to, because I only want a little bit of filament to come off it at a time. So you really got to snug it up quite a bit. Otherwise, it'll just unspool really all of it at once. But I will be making more of this, and I think this is a good way to deal with spools until we come up with a universal size for the inside, which was 50 millimeters is what Rich Rap has come up with. Let's see. Okay. Arduino Makers. Oh, my screen, what the hell? Let's see. For Arduino Maker says, for me it's a go, no go. The Masterspool? What is it you don't like about the Masterspool? NJ Printing asked, do you do fan mail? I mean, I have a PO box listed on my other videos. You can, if you need to send something to me, I would go ahead and start doing unboxings like what's his name does, Joel from 3D Printing Nerd. I can do unboxings, but you know, I don't have any fan mail yet. Although I will tell you this. I have some level of mediocre success, and Gearbest is actually sending me a new 3D printer. And it's not one I've ever heard of before. It is basically the ANET, but it's metal. So I'll be doing unboxing and an honest review of it. And it's a dual extruder machine. I hate dual extruder machines. I have a printer bot dual sitting in storage that does nothing. And I talked to other people, and it's just printer bot. It seems to be like overpriced and under warranted. So God, I hope they don't hate me from what I'm about to say. I don't want to go into it with bias, but I've never seen a dual printer work to perfection. I think the single filament, single nozzle, mosaic external box is the way to do it. because it outsources that to something else, and you just print. Okay, Rover. There are no keywords in this live stream. I tried to do it with Gleam, and they caught on to your boy, and they won't let me do it. So, sorry, can't do it again. Maybe that's it. Just one and done. I might just up the price of those to like 1,000 or something like that. But you know, chances are, with as many people that entered using the keyword system, you guys are probably more likely to win over anyone else. And he's talking about the 3D printer contest I have for the Tron XY, which is what you see printing on the screen right here. This is what's printing on a Tron XY. It makes primo parts. Let's see. Who else is streaming? Are you out there, Skew View 3D? Are you streaming too? I mean, this is my thing. This is my time slot. Everybody knows that. I noticed a few days ago, like 4 3D printer channels were streaming at the same time. So maybe I should start streaming while they're streaming on their streams, and we can all like meta inception stream. Let's see. You want Gearbest to contact you? Well, the first thing you got to do is, have you ever bought anything from Gearbest? Because they keep an eye on that. And then you want to put the keywords in your videos, and you know that way they can look you up. They usually will try to send a message through YouTube, through the backside of YouTube, through the messenger system. Otherwise, they will try to email you through your system. So go in there, order something, maybe something small, and then review it, and they might contact you. Or you can just sign up for the affiliate program. Look up Gearbest affiliate program, and it gives you a vendor number, and you can start creating links off of that. But it gets approved, and you have to give them your YouTube channel name, and they will start monitoring you. And this, you know, it might be several people that are under the same name, but it was May at Gearbest that contacted me, which is probably a team of people that. So think about it. It's a genius system. They don't want to advertise in America, so what they're going to do is let YouTubers do it for them. So they're going to send out a bunch of free 3D printers to a handful of YouTubers, and look what happened. I got a Tron XY from, I think it was Press Reset is the person I ended up using the link from, and then I got the Tron XY, and now I've sold three or four Tron XYs, and I'm very curious about that because it was in France and like some other foreign countries, and I don't hear anybody saying, hey, thanks for the link, I bought it through your link, I appreciate it. So it's interesting that there's just like lurkers out there just watching and buying stuff. Out of nuclear fission, well, and my next machine will have nuclear fission. I think a noob is a troll. Noob's around just asking for trouble. Yeah, Rover, I like the palette, the mosaic palette system. Have you guys seen this? Let me send you a link. Let me see if I can do that. Okay. I'm gonna try to send a YouTube link actually. So Joel has covered it on his machine, on his videos, but okay, I'll send you from Tested, I will send you a link for the mosaic. I think this is the way. This is the way. I know the way. I think that having a external box that controls the filament is a good idea. Inside the Mind of Matt, I've heard of him, but I haven't checked his videos out yet, so I'll take a look at those. Print and play streaming, no audio. Well, I learned how to do my streams a little bit better. Oh, speaking of which, check this out. Oh, yeah. I got transitions, people. What? Oh. Meta. So I'm having fun learning some of these things. Today I was kind of having a bad day, so coming here and talking to you guys on a Saturday kind of, you know, raises my spirits, makes me feel like I have a sense of community, and I just like connecting with people that talk about 3D printers. So let's check that out. Let's see. I just made my maker coin Fusion 360 the size of a quarter. You know, I don't even have a logo. Ah, God, what am I even doing? I'm not even professional at, I don't even know what I'm gonna do for a logo. Honestly, my channel branding sucks. I need to do something about that. I wish I could had a unified theme, but I kind of got locked in with a crappy username, and now it's too popular to change. I feel like Boogie 1968, whatever 29. That just like he could just gone by his name by now, but now he has to use Boogie 1989 28 or something like that. So I'm stuck with GeoGeorge John. I might just start a second channel. So we'll see. I would love to have a like Maker's Muse has a beautiful little, you know, line thing, but I need to make some decisions about my branding. So I'd love to make my own maker coin, but I don't have a brand to put out there yet. James is always streaming. Let's see. He doesn't have a data cap. Let's see. I need some Xander magic where stuff keeps disappearing and reappearing in the stream. What happened to the name change? Not too late. Just like I was saying, my name came from when I started geocaching and Android phones had just come out. I had just a brand new Droid from Motorola, the first one. So I was playing geocaching on a Droid and I was hacking into it. I was just like, you know, getting into the code so I can install special geocaching software. There wasn't an app at the time. There's a system called Wherigo, which is like a video game version of Outdoors Play. But one of my first videos is just me playing that on a hacked Droid, and I ended up just saying GeoGeorge John. And then a few years later, after my channel took off, they changed it so you can add an account with your real name. Actually, they required it, but they allowed me to keep my old videos like that. So 1 second, I'm just going to check on the audio because I feel like it's ducking out on me. I want to go ahead and just... Nope, it's working just fine. Okay, so I just I didn't want to change the name and then people like wonder who the hell am I listening to here on or watching here on my videos. Alright, looks like we lost the video. So I'm going to go to try to delete that. I'm going to try to bring it back. Okay, I'm going to unplug it. We still on? Can you guys still hear me? Okay, I think it's working, but we're going to go ahead and play with it a little bit more. Oh my god, what a nightmare. I've lost everything. Alright, stand by guys, just give me a break. Give me a chance here. I'm going to create a new one. Nope, I'm going to go to that one. Okay, I'm going to bring that in. At least you guys can see that I'm definitely not perfect. I make mistakes. So, I don't think my PC is holding up. My PC doesn't handle USB items very well, so we're going to add another video capture device here. Okay, we should be up and running. Okay, we're backing up running, so we should be good. All right, is everything working, guys? Can you see me now? Still learning this software. Maybe my PC's just not strong enough. Okay, let's see. Where we you guys like this? You like that? I designed that myself. It looks pretty cool, right? I just did that. I just created a file, and then I imported the image, and I sliced it up. So that gave me that. I think that looks kind of cool. Maybe something like that. So the name change, I don't know. I really don't. I'm hoping that I can get this thing to take off to the point where it's self-sustaining and I don't have to throw money into the hobby to actually make good videos. I would love it so that the videos themselves can keep making good videos. So I think I can get by with just what I have now, and maybe I'll just be that guy that's GeoGeorge on. Or maybe I'll switch to a second channel and I'll start adding more and more content and doing both at the same time, and then when one surpasses the other, I'll be happy either way. So make a robot with a tree on its head as your logo. Robot with a tree on the head. Robot with a tree on the head. Draw that up, Anoop. Let me see that. Maybe just add 3D to your name. GeoGeorge on 3D. I was thinking John's, what was it? My last name begins with an E, and I was going to go John's E3D. But if you know anything about 3D printing, that's probably enough E3D stuff out there to kind of mess with that a little bit. I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm banking off the name of another company. All right, later. Let's see there. Video frozen but sound good. Okay. Put a large enough globe to include your text. Do you drive a Geo? No, I don't drive a Geo. I did geocaching, and if you go back and look at my very first video, I was geocaching. So that's why I have Geo for geocaching, which is one of the keywords from last week, if you go back and listen. But yeah, no, I don't drive a Geo. I don't even think they still make Geos, do they? Does anyone remember what a Geo was? So, if you're, did everyone hear me talking about the Masterspool system? Anybody else out there using the Masterspool system? Let's see. Okay, good joke, guy. Let's do some browsing together, and I think the Mosaic is a good system. Let's take a look at it together. I wonder if I'm going to get hit with a community strike if I play this. Here we go. This is the system I want to get. So you feed 4 filaments in, and it cuts them up and inserts them in the way you need. So you can do flexible and hard in the same print. And it does have a purge block, but I think it'll get to the point where they don't even need a purge block if your settings get so tight, because it'll just go right to where they need it. So looks really cool. And I've reached out to Mosaic, and they told me that they don't have any more remaining. But Joel, the 3D printing nerd, has tons of them already. Or he has one, and it's Oh, autoplay. So I think, you know, these big 3D printer videos, they end up getting really nice stuff and they don't use it enough. They just let it go to waste. And that mosaic looks like the future, because you can take a crappy 3D printer, like, why is it always a mess? This one right here, this one that's printing right now is a $130 machine. With that fucking $700 pallet, $700 pallet plus, you can take a $130 machine and it can do the work of what, I don't know, what's a machine that can print 4 different materials out of one nozzle. I don't think anything can, really. Maybe the Prusa, but it still can't. It still uses 4 extruders, motors. But it takes a cheap 3D printer and turns it into a nice one, based on what you can print with. And you know, it's depends on your machine if it's direct drive or it's got a Bowden tube, but you should be able to print pretty much anything through that system. So I'd like to get my hands on it. And Mosaic, if you're out there, hey, how's it going? I could probably move some units for you if you want to send one my way. So we'll see what's going on. Askew 3D, I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, as soon as companies start selling them, and you know they're $4 cheaper or something like that, then why not? Just keep trying. What the heck? Got some weird check pop up. Okay, so the print looks really good. Can you guys see on that? That looks really nice. So what if you're just getting in here and you're seeing the print, it's actually a key holder, so it's a keychain, so you can hold all your keys together like a Swiss Army knife. So just doing that right now. And if you want to jump back to the beginning of the print of the live stream, you could see that I was talking about the upgrades I made on the ANET A8, and like they're not really upgrades, they're just like additions to, and it's printing okay. It's printing okay. Yeah, Ron, I think that's what's going to change things for a lot of people. When people have been trying to do multicolor for a long time, I remember people physically splicing their own colors together with like, they hacked open like a curling iron, and they would like grab a tube and heat up the tube and physically splice it together, measuring out the filament with on a tube so that they could do what this Palette Plus does. So the idea has been around for a while, and so it'd be nice to see that, you know, just get it down into like $300 price range. You'll probably get a lot more people interested, and that way you can buy one for, you know, each printer individually. Let's see. You know, and I was also thinking, like, you can do it like the Infinite Jaeger. Like if I get one Palette Plus box that takes in four each, but then I get 4 more Palette Pluses, I can do what, 16 filaments and colors that feed into the one master, and then that master feeds into the extruder. So could you do infinite amount of colors if you could just keep adding more and more exponentially? So that's a good thing to think about. Let's see. Can you say the contest winners now? Then you only trust true fans who would know. The video was titled Winners. The spammers and stuff would click on it. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be the one selecting it. It's the contest through the website. I just select a winner, and it will automatically pop up. And Gleam changed the rules on me, so I can't go in and set up another question like I did last week. So I'm fairly confident that someone that wins the printer will be a good viewer. It's gonna have to do that chance because, yeah, we'll hopefully, if you've gone through all the systems, and I think Twitter thinks so there, but you know, if they subscribe, they're just equally entitled to the printer as anyone else. But I gave you guys all the advantage last week. If you didn't do it yet, go back and watch last week's live stream and find those 3 keywords so that we can actually get everyone that actually pays attention. And the next time I do a contest, I will find a better way to make sure that spammers can't get in there and scoop it up. But I might have another printer coming out here soon. I'm not interested in keeping all the free 3D printers I'm going to get from Gearbest or whomever. So once I finish a review, I'm going to go ahead and just give away a new one. Alright, so I'm running out of things to talk about. How about you guys suggest something? You know what? I'm going to go watch some 3D printer live streams and see how they like it. I'm going to go mess with them. Let's see. Who's out there live streaming right now? Matt's 3D. Oh, this is going to be good. Matt's 3D printer live stream. Does he have anybody actually talking? No? Let's switch to Matt's stream real quick. Let's go crash some live streams, right? Video capture device. Yeah, let's go crash their stuff. So, so maybe we'll, you know, expose a lot of people. Let's see, this guy's running Octoprint, and so this is like I told you in a previous video. There seems to be different levels of 3D printer channels, like just the people that just take a quick video of a print being done, like, and they're just like, oh, this is cool, 3D printer. And then they have people that set this stuff up pretty much for themselves, because let's be honest, watching a 3D print is kind of like watching paint dry. It, you know, if you get real close, you can see it okay, but it's kind of boring. So let's say hi, Matt, and everybody go in there and say hi, Matt. John sent me. So this is Matt's 3D printer. It looks like he's running, I can't even tell. This is something I wish I could tell on more 3D printer channels, what type of printer it is. Because I don't recognize this system. I'm thinking Hatchbox, something. It looks like an Prusa frame. Anybody know what he's printing with? Let me know. Okay, so everyone go over to Matt's stream real quick on a different tab. Keep mine open. And go say hi, Matt. GeoGeorge John sent me. Let's see, how many has this guy got? Let's see, Matt's 3D printer. He's got 73 subs, and let's see what he does. It looks like all he does is stream videos, but he's got some cool stuff in the background. He's got a vlog here. Looks like it's all, you know, streaming video, which is good. You know, you got to, it's got a reliable printer, got a nice footage of a machine working. I'll be honest, he can probably sell a lot of this footage to B-roll. A lot of people want to buy B-roll of 3D printing. So that's one thing. Okay, let's see what else we got. Inside the mind of Matt. Okay, let's crash on Matt. GeoGeorge, John. GeoGeorge. Damn, this guy's smoking cigarettes while he's fucking streaming. Yeah, you haven't heard of me? You ain't heard of me, son? Let's check out this guy's channel. Let's see, 1.6K. What do you got, buddy? I'll like your stream. Am I subbed to you? I'm already subscribed. Damn. Oh, right in the fucking feels. Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't seen this guy, go check out his videos. Looks like he does a lot of stuff with Octoprint. I don't see much other videos on his you know, he's the guy looking like he's having fun making 3D printer videos. Oh, I made my own play button for myself because if I don't think I'm gonna get one from YouTube, so I made one. So GeoGeorge, this guy's drunk. Yeah. So, all right, let's go check out if anybody else is out there. I don't think anybody else is streaming, but let's go. I got one, but I think I can figure it out myself. All right, let's drop this guy. Let's go see what else we got going on. I haven't checked my chat in a second, so give me a break. Nobody else is streaming live. Huh. You know, let's go check out 3D Printing Nerd and crash his stuff. Gives Joel a hard time. Let's see. I haven't checked his fan mail stuff. Mesh Mixer. He's starting to do more tutorials and stuff now. He's gone mainstream. He's sold out. Let's see if my stream is still even working. Is my stream even working? Yeah, it's working just fine. Okay. So we'll go back. Let me check my comments. All right. I'm there. Print and play. What is print and play? I haven't heard of print and play. Print and play or print and play? Print and play. 984 and 987. Got it. Oh shit, I should have done it during the live stream. Hang on. I'm gonna unsubscribe so I can go like this. Got it. Let's see, is he still here? Is that the Assassin's Creed guy? That looks really cool. Creality Ender 2. Assemble, tested, first print. Oh, that was a Creality. Damn, that looks badass. Nice. Man, he streamed for 3 hours? No. Yeah. 4 hours. Is he gone? Looks like I missed him 20 minutes ago. Sign off for the night. Well, I didn't think you can keep a live stream running while you're not there. Okay. Alright, so he's gone. Who else we got? If you don't have me on Google Plus yet, go ahead and add me here, Google Plus, so we can chat. Then let's go back to our desktop. All right, that was fun. Let's check on the 3D printer I got going on. You know, a little bit about my setup here is that I went to IKEA and I bought 4 LAC tables. And believe it or not, as small as this Tron XY is, it actually does not fit on with this base that I've printed. It does not fit inside the IKEA system. So I need to find a way to like get longer legs or something, but it's kind of quiet too, so it's fine. I've actually hot glued the lid to the base and the lid to the top of the box so that it actually stays all together. And I've cut out a side so I can get to the SD card, and that way I don't have to get inside the box anymore. So I hope I never have to get inside that box again, because I might be breaking it to get in there. So hopefully I won't. I need to print up a new one because I will be announcing the winner of the contest here pretty soon. Probably Monday I will be doing a live stream showing how I've done it. I don't even know how many people are actually currently watching this. Let's take a look at that. I got 8 people watching. You know, I'm fine with that. That's kind of fun. If you haven't, I don't know, if you haven't subscribed, why are you watching? Come on, guys, get out there and subscribe. I like to have a good time. I'm just a normal guy like you, and I'm printing on some cheap-ass 3D printers right now. But believe it or not, I do have some really badass ones that I will get up and running. And the purpose of my channel is to provide you with like a tech support / buddy that's into 3D printing that can help you with your problems. You can help me with mine, build a community around it, and share some knowledge. So that's the value that I hope my channel brings to you. And if you think it does, go ahead and hit like, definitely subscribe. If you want to show some more appreciation, go ahead and click on the link where it says buy me a coffee, and throw me $3 for a coffee. I really do appreciate it. The moral support goes a long way, and I will use that for coffee, and I will keep the videos coming, and I'll be happy to keep those coming for you guys. Let's see what else we got. You know what? I think the live stream's pretty good. How much time do we have left on this? No, it's only halfway done. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, and I appreciate everybody checking in and saying hi. I love you guys so much. Not really, but it's cool to have friends out there across the country, across the world. If you want to hit me up in the comments of this video, say hi. If you have some buddies, or I can't share these things on Reddit because it's against community guidelines, but if somebody else goes out there and shares my videos on the Reddit forums, 3D printing stuff, saying, hey, I don't want to be that guy that shares my own stuff. So if it's good enough for somebody else to share, I really would appreciate that. Send your ideas to me. I want to try to make this more of a business than a hobby, so without selling out, so to speak, but in a way that actually makes a little bit of chump change here and there. Okay, guys? I'll talk to you guys all later, and I will see you next time.